Fingerboarders. So this is the ultimate guide to choosing the fingerboard for you, whether you are starting out, and just showing you the tiers that you can go through from a low price fingerboard all the way up to a pretty expensive fingerboard. So we're going to look at all the options and I'm going to give my take on each one. So obviously there are a lot of different fingerboards out there. There's so many different types, tech deck, whatever it may be, and I just want to make a guide, help people maybe if you're deciding which one you want to buy, what to go for. So starting at the lowest tier, this is actually $20 on Amazon and you can get a bunch of different graphics. Now, when you're first buying your first fingerboard, you do have to expect, especially for a $20 price tag, you're not going to have the most premium things that come with it, especially when it comes to the tools, as well as the trucks, even the fingerboard itself. So the thing is, if you are trying to buy your first fingerboard, I don't think you should be going for the most premium, most expensive board. I think just learning how to do tricks is really all that matters. $20 is a pretty good price for a starter fingerboard. Not everyone can afford a ton of really pricey ones. You get a bunch of different options in terms of graphics, which is pretty cool. It does come with trucks as well as wheels and pretty much everything you would need as well as grip tape. So I have to say for $20, it's definitely not bad. However, you're not going to have the same quality. The pop may not be great. The trucks may break. The wheels may not break. It's probably plastic. So you have to expect that. But I have to say for the value that you get for $20, I think it's pretty fair. So I think not too bad for 20 bucks. I could mention Tech Deck, but I'm not really going to because I want to focus more on pro fingerboards. Next up is teak tuning. I'm pretty sure you guys know what teak tuning is. They're a pretty well-known fingerboard brand, but I wanted to just show you pretty much what they have to offer. So currently, a lot of them are sold out. I imagine it's probably been very busy with obviously Black Friday, everything like that, but pretty much if you go on to T-Tuning, there are a bunch of different options for complete setups, and a lot of them tend to range anywhere from like to $40. This is a step up. Now we'll just look at this basic one here. There's a bunch of different colorways that you can get. Example, there's like black, which is nice. So what's pretty cool with teak tuning is, I have to say the quality is pretty good for the price. There's a lot that, which comes with it, especially it being a complete board. So down here, one is a 32 millimeter, which I think is a pretty good size for most people to start out. Tells you the type of material. So polyurethane D is actually pretty nice. What's really great is, money back guarantee, ships out of New York, which is cool. So yeah, there's new Prodigy things that come with it, which is nice. So I have to say, for 30 bucks, it is actually a very good deal. Teak Tuning, in my opinion, makes some really good stuff. I think their trucks are definitely, obviously, a lot better. Geraldine, who I actually have spoken to on Instagram, super person. But it's just a great brand, like overall. If I were to say for anyone who is like really into fingerboarding and you want like a step up from, on Amazon, this definitely would be, that I would recommend. It's one that I've started out and it's just good. It's honestly pretty good overall. They're nice. There's tons of options, many different types of bushings. These wheels are not going to be the best, so don't expect these to be the best wheels, but you're going to be able to do everything you want on the fingerboard. So, yeah, I just think there's so many different options, obstacles, parts, get 61D to 7070. I mean, of options for a really affordable price. So that would probably be my like mid-tier option is teak tuning. So you definitely can't go wrong. Moving on to more of an expensive brand. This is Black River. If you do not know Black River, they have been around for a really, really long time and they make some incredible products. However, they can be quite expensive. So I just want to kind of fingerboards. I probably should have shown you another website. Maybe I'll show you after because probably would put that one a little bit lower than Black River, but yeah, so Black River has been around for a long time. People love the name Black River. I feel like they're more well known for their obstacles. People love Black River obstacles, but they have a lot of boards. And these boards, in my opinion, are some of the best quality boards out there. I think if anyone were to say what's a pro fingerboard, most people would probably say Black River, in my own opinion. So just look at a pro complete board. This is like their wheels, their own trucks. $137. So you're going from, that's complete antique tuning that you could get for around 30, maybe max 50, 60. I don't know how much more, you want to pay. And it's honestly like it's expensive, for some people this is, be a car payment, it could be, but this really is, in terms of quality, in my opinion, a huge step up. Now, the reason why I say that is Black River trucks are really, really good. They're the trucks that I love. I actually have it on my G16 board right here. And incredible. They last really long. I've never had issues. I know some people are not the biggest fan of Black River trucks, but I think they're really, really nice. In terms of just the board itself and just the craftsmanship, you can't go wrong. Comes in this really cool case, which is right here. I think there's some of the best boards out there. Like, in personal opinion, I do own a 36 millimeter, and they're just really, really nice. I think Black River just makes some awesome fingerboards. So many different types. I mean, you go wrong. They're crazy solid, just really, really brand. But again, is it worth paying the price? In my opinion, I think they're a little bit over, like, but clearly people are buying them if, this premium price. Now, obviously, Black River does have some of the best obstacles there. Again, it's going to be pricey. Like, right here is like a box, but again, really, really cool. I mean, go wrong with that. So yeah, the only obstacle that I own off Black River, I got something off eBay. I think it was this. It was like that ramp, and I believe I have another one with brick. It's something like that, but that's not the one. But yeah, Black River, opinion is really expensive. So are gonna be paying more of a premium price, and yeah, it's pricey. Now, the next one of my favorites, I'll show you here. This is flat face fingerboards. Flat face is, well, was created by Mike Schneider, so around for a very long time. And flat face to me is one of the best fingerboards there in terms of the G16. Or 50 different designs here. A full complete on the flat face website is $136. Comes with the G50 black trucks, flat face wheels, tape, stickers, and a tool. So kind of around the same price, probably a little bit less considering this is out of the United States and Black River is out of Germany. So you probably will have to pay more for shipping. But in terms of the decks themselves, the G16 is an incredible board. I have a G16. It is really awesome, has crazy good pop. Just a really solid board all around. The wheels are not flat face. These are Dude Guy Formula 3s. But all my other boards, I use Wasaki wheels. So shout out to Wasaki. And yeah, really can't go wrong with them. Incredible. Again, for a complete, you could customize, which is an option. Like, if you want to customize your, can do that here. So if you want to maybe have like a flat board with, Black River trucks and maybe a different type of wheel, there's tons of options. So that's why I think flat face is really good, is a lot of those pro brands are just really high quality brands are on here. I do wish Wasaki was on here because Wasaki makes some of my favorite wheels. But yeah, so cool. I guess I might as well just show off my favorite because again, what I like to think about is like the cost that you're paying, but also, that comes with it. So I just want to show you. This is 1-800 Fingerboards, which is a great website. They're much the creators of Wasaki wheels, which are some of my favorite. And you get, some stuff. So I'll just show you here. That is Division 2 that comes out later. I want to do the Red Wolf. So these are some really awesome graphics, kind of around the same price as Flatface. But these are just, handmade in Wisconsin, which is awesome. Some really designs, which is sweet. Currently, I've back ordered because they got a ton of orders from Black Friday, which is awesome. But like, for example, Rick and Morty board, really cool design, great ply work on the front, which you can tell. And then obviously there are just some insane wheels that they make. So tons of different sizes and shapes. You have conical, basic, skate shape. Conical is probably my favorite. Skate wide is really cool, which is awesome. Yeah, those are the different options. Going, I kind of like wrap was thinking, or just kind of talking about, in my opinion, depends on your budget, but also how do you define value? Resale market, if you were to buy a Black River board, you buy it and get most of your money back on eBay, which I typically recommend if you're trying to look for products, go on eBay, but I wanted to just showcase like these websites. If you've never fingerboarded before, I'd probably say go for something like Teak Tuning or that board on Amazon. If you're more experienced and you've been doing it and maybe you want like an upgrade or you just want to start, getting like a premium one, I feel like you have to say Black River. And I think you're looking for just like a really solid fingerboard, probably less than what you would actually pay. Go for a HG16, go for Red Wolf. These are all like handcrafted, handmade, and these guys they've been doing for a long time. So yeah, comment down below like what would you to your friends, your family, someone who's out or whoever it may be. I just want to showcase and yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye.